Most people think being broke means you have less money. That's not true. It means you're forced to pay more for the same life, same groceries, same shoes, same emergencies. But somehow, you end up spending thousands more. Not because you're bad with money, but because you're playing a more expensive version of the same game. And almost no one tells you that rule exists. There's a pattern behind this that most people only notice after it's already costing them. It explains why working harder doesn't always fix the problem, and why discipline alone isn't enough to catch up. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly where that extra cost comes from and why it compounds over time. Phase 1. The misconception. Being broke isn't just a lack of money. It's a different pricing system. Same world, same products, but worse terms everywhere. And here's the first rule of that system. When you have less money, you're forced into more expensive decisions. Phase 2. The pattern. Let's make this real. You need shoes. Option A, $30, lasts 3 months. Option B, $90, lasts a year. If money is tight, you don't choose what's best. You choose what's possible. So you pick the $30 pair, 4 times a year, $120 total. Same outcome. Worse economics. That's not bad decision-making. That's constraint-driven cost. And once you see that, you start noticing it everywhere. Phase 3, the system effect. Now scale that. Groceries. If you have money, you buy in bulk. Lower cost per unit. If you don't, you buy smaller amounts. Higher cost per unit. Same product, different price. Based on one thing, how much money you already have. Studies show bulk buying can reduce costs by 20 to 40%, and this is where it shifts, from inconvenience to a system. Phase 4. The debt trap. Because eventually, something breaks. Your car, your phone, an unexpected bill, and when it does, you don't just pay for the problem. You pay for not having money. Credit cards, overdrafts, payday loans. And this is where the system becomes aggressive. 20% interest, 300%, 600%. At that point, you're not buying a product anymore. You're renting time at the worst possible price. And that cost compounds. Phase 5, parallel story. Let's track 2 people, Alex and Jordan. Same job, same income. One difference, Alex has $1,000 saved. Jordan has $0. Car repair, $800. Alex pays once, done. Jordan uses credit. $800 becomes $1,050, then $1,200. Not instantly, but over time. That gap, it never resets. And here's the key. Jordan didn't make worse decisions. Jordan had worse constraints. And those constraints get more expensive the longer they exist. Phase 6, psychology. And here's where most people get it wrong. They think this is about discipline. It's not. It's cognitive load. Research from Princeton and Harvard shows financial stress can reduce cognitive capacity by the equivalent of up to 13 IQ points. Not permanently, but exactly when you need it most. Which means you're not making bad decisions. You're making fast decisions, under pressure. And when your mind is overloaded, short-term survival feels more important than long-term planning. So you choose relief over strategy, not because you're weak, but because you're human. Phase 7, present bias. Under pressure, you don't optimize for the future. You optimize for relief. That's present bias, and it's not irrational, it's adaptive. But adaptation in the short term is expensive in the long term. Phase 8, hidden costs. And then come the costs no one tracks. Time, energy, attention, fixing problems, managing stress, recovering from setbacks. The system doesn't just take your money, it reduces your capacity to earn more of it. And once that happens, catching up gets even harder. There's something else most people never notice. Stability itself is a discount. When your life is stable, no emergencies, no constant resets, everything gets cheaper. You can plan. You can wait. You can choose better options. But when you're unstable, even small problems become urgent, and urgency is always overpriced. Phase 9, the compound effect, delayed payoff. Now zoom out. $10 extra here, $20 extra there, higher interest, higher fees, invisible day-to-day, but over 5, 10, 15 years, thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, not from one big mistake, but from small disadvantages repeated consistently. Wealthy decisions and survival decisions don't just look different, they operate on different timelines. One is thinking in years, the other is thinking in days. And the shorter your time horizon becomes, the more expensive your life gets, because the best financial decisions almost always require time. And time is the one thing pressure takes away first. Phase 10, objection handling. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what am I supposed to do? And that's fair, because when you're in it, it doesn't feel like you have options. And sometimes, you don't have good ones. But this is where things start to shift. Phase 11, small structural shifts. Because the goal isn't perfection, it's reducing how often the system charges you, because this system runs on frequency, and every avoided hit matters, even small ones, paying once instead of financing, choosing durability over replacement when possible, avoiding high-interest traps, even one time, because every time you don't trigger the system, you keep more of your future. Phase 12, the core, insight. This is the real takeaway. Being broke isn't expensive because of one bad decision. It's expensive because constraints repeat, and every repetition comes with a cost. Phase 13, perspective shift. At some point, a better question replaces the old one. Not, why is this so hard? But, where is the system charging me more? Because once you see that, you start spotting patterns. And patterns are where leverage begins. So escaping this isn't about one big move. It's about slowly increasing your margin. A little more breathing room. A little more time between problems. A little less urgency in your decisions. Because the moment pressure decreases, even slightly, your options expand. And when your options expand, the system starts losing its grip. This isn't about blame. It's about seeing the rules clearly. Because once you do, you stop fighting the wrong battle and start making decisions that actually change the outcome. Because sometimes, seeing the system for what it is the first step to stepping out of it.